can my neighbors do for peace? What is the most important thing that you think a person can do for peace? What does it mean, this idea of peace? What is peace?
Peace is no war. Peace can mean peace within yourself. Most definitely, that's where it starts. And then that reaches out to the community. It's working together. Like I said, it's community. A sense of peacefulness is a sense of well-being within yourself. And when that has been resolved within yourself, you're able to reach out into the community and bring people together peacefully.
I think the word peace, the closest definition I can come to is doing no harm. And that's bad, I think, to have to define something in terms of negatives, but I mean, I know what harm is, and so peace, I think, would be doing no harm.
Huh. Exxon down on 3rd. Yeah. Hey, Oil. Let's see what kind of power we can amass today.
That's great. Power, power, power. I love power. And let's bring that useful little puppet, Uncle Sam, with us, too.
Excellent idea, Mr. Oil. I like the way you think. Oh, Sammy. Sammy boy. Rise and shine. That's a good boy.
Everyone, Mr. Oil, are we going to visit my constituents today?
Well, remember, we're only talking about the voting public, only about 1/3 of the population. But we may run into a few of them. But remember, Sammy, you're speaking for us.
That's right. That's all they can do because we're pulling the strings.
And remember, when we meet the mark, I want you to use the old dramatic tension angle with them. You got it?
Yes, sir. You guys got this democracy in your hands.
Good boy. Good boy.
And he goes down there and he's packing on his weapons and he says, you won't need those. He says, why? What's down there? And he says, only what you take with you. And he goes down in the cave and he fights the evil one and he slices off his mask and he sees himself.
Yeah. And what did that represent?
It is us.
Yeah.
Our greatest enemy is ourselves.
Yeah.
If we make peace with ourselves, I think that's where it needs to start.
So if you can make peace with yourself, you can make peace with anybody.
Absolutely. And what was it Gandhi said? Be the change that you want to see in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it starts at home.
It sure does.
I think, there's always change going on, and peace is really being able to feel comfortable within the change, being able to relax and know that things may come into a darkness, but the inevitability dictates that it will come back into light. And when things are in that more uplifted, sort of optimistic light phase, you have to be comfortable knowing that can't always sustain. And so for me, peace is being able to relax within the changes.
I think that it definitely starts within. It's something that you have to realize and something that you have to want.
Do you want peace?
Oh, of course I do.
Why do you want peace?
For happiness, definitely.
What's the connection between peace and happiness?
And when you first came to this realization that it was all about you, how did you feel?
Scared and liberated.
Yeah.
It's scary to understand that you're the creator of your experience.
Yeah.
Because it suddenly gives you total responsibility for it.
Yeah.
And that's a little bit frightening.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it gives you this awesome power to do something about it now.
Right. Because you're at choice.
Because you're at choice. And you're not just a victim of circumstance. You're not just a victim of the world.
Yeah.
You're an active participant in it.
Yeah.
You are a creator of it, along with everybody else.
Step out of the car, son. Was I breaking the law? Look, kid, it's just that there isn't enough dramatic tension here. You see, the first thing to remember about a screenplay is You need dramatic tension to make it work. And so far, there's almost none.
I see. I could tell you about the trouble I've had filming this film.
Interesting, perhaps, but not enough.
I can tell you about the trouble I've had getting my car to run properly.
I suppose you would liken it to our federal prison system. A nice try, kid, but not enough.
I found a way to create peace and prosperity for all mankind.
Yes?
Magical hieroglyphs that inspire inner peace for all who see them.
Yes, yes!
Well, they're in the suitcase here, and when it's opened, those who see them will find that their lives are transformed. That peace, love, and forgiveness slowly fill and transform them so that we may all experience world harmony.
Excellent job, kid. As your employee, I would like to be able to examine and analyze the contents of this suitcase so that it can be reproduced wherever it is welcome.
Well, I don't know. We were planning to unveil it at the State of the Union address later today. Could you get it back to us by then?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You could meet us there.
Sure, kid.
Okay, the combination is 763. You know where the State of the Union address is. Just
Sure
meet
do.
us there. All right.
No problem.
Wait, Uncle Sam. You have to understand, the suitcase will only open for those who are pure of heart, or when those assembled have made peace their highest priority by voting. Well, that's what a democracy is all about, isn't it, Uncle Sam?
Right.
So, you'll meet us there at the State of the Union address. You will meet us there, won't you, Uncle Sam?
Sure, kid, whatever you say.
All right.
When I despair, I remember that all through history, the way of truth and love has always won. There have been tyrants and murderers, and for a time they seem invincible, but in the end, they always fall. Those are the words of Mahatma Gandhi.
Oh yeah, did your definition of peace change after you went through the military?
Yes, it did. I think that before I joined the Army, I had a conception that peace was tied in with having a huge standing army, and that it was tied in with having a lot of parades and a lot of brass and a lot of air shows and show of force. And then after I got out of the Army, I came to the realization, like I already said, that pretty much we are living in peace. It also made me realize that these things that supposedly were measures to create peace, which are the soldiers and the tanks and the aircrafts and things like that, are not measures of peace at all, but rather they're measures of war.
What's the word peace mean? Tranquility. Community. Those are two synonyms that come to mind.
Support our troops. Bring them home.
Mm-hmm.
Peace is supposed to be everywhere. We're at peace. Our country is at peace. People are at peace.
What do you mean by supposed to be?
Power. That's opening. Damn, I bet you that kid was lying to us about the combo. No problem. I used to crack safes back in Detroit. Put your ear to the wall, let the tumblers fall. It's like taking candy from a baby. Crack!
There, out of my way. This crowbar will do that trick. Ah, what is it, some sort of a joke?
Here, let me at it. Crack!
This'll do that trick, this'll do that trick.
Double drag! Foil again!
If that don't do it, this certainly will.
Wait a minute. What about the arms treaties and international law?
I don't believe it!
Come on, Sam. That damn fool of kid's at the State of the Union address, and we can get him to open it there.
There lies before us, if we choose, continued progress in happiness, knowledge, and wisdom. Shall we instead choose death because we cannot forget our quarrels? We appeal as human beings to human beings. Remember your humanity and forget the rest. Albert Einstein.
What is peace?
What I think peace is when there isn't any wars and there can still be bad thoughts, but it's not carried out, and bad things really don't happen. They're kind of put on hold.
Peace for me is freedom from fear and freedom from terror, and it takes a lot more than a war to get to that solution. I just hope we're up to it as human beings.
Peace is the absence of war and the presence of justice.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah, may peace reign on earth.
We tend to believe that we can fix the problem by focusing on it, and tend to take our focus away more and more. It seems to me that we get more of wherever we put our attention. So if we put our attention on what is working in our lives, we'll get more of that. And if we put our attention on what's not working, we will tend to get more of that. I believe the Buddha has been quoted as saying, there is no path to happiness, happiness is the path.
And what does that mean to you?
We create a reality.
Just that we need to focus on the love in our own hearts and find the peace in our own selves and emanate that out into the world. The best way to get to peace is to be peace. And that goes for all of us as Americans.
What does the word peace mean to you?
It means respect for all people. It means honoring everyone's right to speak for themselves, about themselves. It means one law for everyone, not different laws according to who you are. Like being an American, you have one law, and being an African, you have a different law. It means that everyone runs their own life. It means democracy.
Is there anything more?
Real democracy.
When I despair, I remember that all through history, the way of truth and love has always won. There have been tyrants and murderers, and for a time they seem invincible, but in the end, they always fall. Those are the words of Mahatma Gandhi.
Thanks everyone for getting here. I don't know where Uncle Sam is though. I know it's just as important to him as it is to us. Oh, there he is now.
Hi.
Uncle Sam. Howdy. My fellow Americans, it is my great privilege and honor to see you all gathered here today. We have arrived for the great unveiling of a plan that will bring peace and prosperity to the land. I brought with me that ordinary-looking suitcase which contains the power to manifest this vision in the hearts of all who see it. My hands have been tied, and I have yet to see the power contained in this suitcase. But citizens, it is with great enthusiasm that I tell you, it is through cultivating peace, love, community, forgiveness, and gratitude in our own hearts that we will see it mirrored in the world around us. Yeah. Woo-hoo. And when, as members of a democracy, we ask our government to pursue these goals, they will. So here is your opportunity to vote. Now I propose that we open this suitcase and change the world for the better by putting the contents on display so that all beings may experience a greater affinity with freedom, peace, and gratitude. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed?
Congratulations, Uncle Sam. It is now the will of the people that you open this suitcase and let the people's desire for peace manifest across the lands.
There's Albert Einstein's quote of the significant problems we've created cannot be solved at the same level of thinking we were at when we created them.
Peace is being in a place of balance, equilibrium. Peace is being able to take the energies that are coming at you or be involved in the energies that are there and create out of that positive energy.
Peace is good.
Peace is good. I'd agree with that. I think we need to understand that eventually in a society, but it has to start at a personal level. If I hurt you, I'm really hurting myself. We start to see the interconnectedness of everything, the interconnectedness of ourselves to each other and to everything that is, you know, including the planet itself. It's really not in my best interest to hurt you or take shortcuts, things that would take from you in order to make myself gain. And if we could see that, if people could just have that small shift in perception where they saw that in their own lives, it would drastically change the whole picture. Imagination's doing that.
Peace will prevail in the end, and I'm positive of that. And I hope I live to see it too. If I don't, I know it's going to happen whether or not I'm here or not. So.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Peace. That's about it.
God bless Afghanistan. God bless every woman and man. Jews, Muslims, Palestinians, everyone living on the land. God bless America. God bless Africa. God bless Asia. God bless Antarctica. God bless everyone living underneath the sun. Come on, people, put down your guns. Smile and laugh and have some fun. America 2001. America 2001. Let peace shine through in the new millennium. Let peace shine through in the new millennium. America 2001.